Welcome back to In the Wind Tarot. I'd like to do another reading for the collective using the Tarot of Opposites. I've been shuffling these for a while now and did a few here on screen for the collective. I ask that we can get any kind of messages, Lord, that we could use to grow, to think about our current situations. And if there's anything somebody can use, we'll be grateful. Thank you. Amen. And remember, I am a tarot reader. I'm not a doctor or lawyer, any of that. All right. All right. What do we have today for the collective? What can we find out today for our collective? Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles is reflecting on her money. There's way too many, I think. All right, let's see what we can find. That was one. Seven of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Defense. Good defense. A well thought out and executed defense. Page of Swords. Verbal defense. It's like the Queen of Pentacles is needing or has used her money for a defense, a verbal defense. Or for that defense, she's passed that money on to the Knight of Pentacles, who's given it to the Empress to effect justice. And put them in the Nine of Cups. However, the King of Swords intends to bring a tower. He's just waiting a tower to their investment. Okay. What does this have to do with? Somebody trying to bribe the justice system, it appears, or to get the Empress, not as a legal official, but just as a authoritative person, to rule for the happiness of the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, there's going to be a tower. King of Swords is bringing a tower, or is in the tower due to his investment with the Emperor. And they're waiting on, that would be the Hierophant. Right? Number 5. So they're waiting on a ruling by a Hierophant. A group, organized group, who's receiving their information Everybody's showing up here. The Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So we have the King of Swords, Tower, Investment, King of Cups, patiently waiting for judgment. If the Hierophant group's going to go and help the King of Cups. That's the Emperor, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. King of Swords is in the Tower. The Queen of Pentacles is paying for the defense. She's giving the money to the Empress, either for the Empress to be happy and feel justified and bring happiness for the King of Swords who's in a tower, or for the Empress to give to her friend who works in the Justice Department to bring happiness for the King of Swords. Either way, the Queen of Pentacles is very interested in the King of Swords coming out of his tower. She's willing to use the Empress to help. They're also waiting to find out if the Emperor, they've invested with the Emperor, and they're waiting to find out if this group that has rules, regulations, and their own moral code has received the information to go to the King of Cups, who's in the Five of Pentacles, and asking for help. Because he's in the Two of Swords, he's being blocked, or a decision needs to be made. Mental, verbal decision. About a death, about the end of a cycle, endings, new beginnings. The ending of the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, who is brokenhearted. Let's see. Go help the King of Cups, because he's facing the end of a cycle. The Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands are brokenhearted. The Queen of Swords, here's her match. She's using her tools to send love and help. called Judgment. Over the Four of Cups, because she's not interested in any of the offers that she has, and that's the truth. Page of Pentacles on the bottom. Well, we have a whole lot of people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people here. Queen of Pentacles is paying for a defense, either outright, properly or improperly, to get the King of Swords out of his tower. She may use the Empress for that. The Emperor is waiting for judgment by a group that he's involved with to see if they're going to go help the King of Cups, who's been left out in the cold and facing the end of a cycle. And the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. They're brokenhearted, and the Queen of Swords is used all her tools to give love, and now she's calling judgment over this lack of interest. And she's cut the good away from the bad, so maybe she's left. Maybe she's used all her tools that she can. The people that didn't show up, the Matches, King of Pentacles, he didn't show up. If there is one, a Queen of Cups, didn't show. And a King of Wands. Okay. So it looks like everybody's scrambling to try and get out of any trouble they may have found themselves in. Let's see what we can find out. I'll do the Light Seers Tarot. Their drawings are very similar. Their artwork, I guess you call it. I don't know if these are AI or actually drawn or not. But I like them. I like the opposites ones, even just for studying. Can help you see the differences. Oh, this is a lot of people to find out about. So I'm going to pick the main characters. That didn't say much. For example, the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands are brokenhearted. Why? Why are the Wands family brokenhearted? What does this have to do with them? Because they're tormented because they were juggling. See, this is what makes me think maybe these are AI, because her skirt looks so weird there. It's like AI got the back end of it on her skirt. Maybe thought she was a horse. Queen of Wands. Mother. No, that was the Queen of Wands. Confirmation. She confirms herself. Here she's very stately. Here she's having a nice time. What about this Queen of Wands? What was she? She was juggling what? What about this Queen of Wands? Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Yeah. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Ugh. Page of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Normally these would be considered related because they're in the same wand family, but here we have an offer of a Page of Cups. That's a small love. They planted some seeds and grew them and celebrated what they had done. They felt like they were on the Wheel of Fortune, on top of the wheel, having a great old time, until justice showed up and put them under just judgment. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups. Whatever it was made the King of Cups very unhappy. Put him in the reverse. What was it? They don't want to tell. They want to keep that a family secret. There's another heartbreak. Okay, are we kind of getting the idea of what happened between this Queen of Cups and this Knight of Cups? We get something to confirm. Anything to confirm. I notice the ones that say the least on the tarot table often have the most that they're up to. Deception. They use deception to say they were healing. To tell the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups that they were. Oh. The Knight of Cups, that's him. They're sick. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, they're sick. Oh, y'all are sick. They probably have some kind of shared concern, if you get my drift. And maybe that's a mother or somebody covering for these that have turned up sick. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands. But it's put the father figure upside down with very angry and no love. Okay, so then brokenhearted. So that's what those people have been up to. Oh, yeah, there's the King of Cups. Right there he is. That's why. Oh. Dear me. Oh my. I swear these are better than soap operas. Unfortunately, it's real life. So, I think sometimes people just get so bogged down with living this life that they kind of forget about the bigger aspects of it. The long term. The final outcome. People get carried away. Then there is a price to pay. So the Queen of Swords is called Judgment. On the lack of interest, she gave Big O cup of love. She did everything she possibly could. Then she called judgment on this lack of interest, and looks like she drove that sword home and ended something. And the King of Swords is in the Tower. What's the Emperor? What's the Emperor up to? Emperor only had one card, said he's waiting. Patiently waiting, or being blocked. But I would say patiently waiting to find out what they're going to do about the King of Cups. Apparently he knows some stuff that's really upset him over here. Emperor, what are you doing out here? What are you doing with these folks? What is your aspect? Eight of Pentacles, you're working away. You've stacked up your emotional cups. You've gone into Hermit. And successfully return, or will soon successfully return. But what did you do before you went off? Oh, you might have been very deceitful about many options, or you might have stolen many kinds of things. What's this deception? Seven of Swords, deception. Deception. Did you work on some your deception is that you offered some love somewhere. Your deception, your negative thing was that you offered a Page of Cups and became locked up in your mind, or got somebody else locked. Oh, you offered a Page of Cups and got somebody else locked up in their mind because you had so many options. Look at him. Oh, looky here. Let me pick this one. And now it's been, and you're hoping to return successfully. Return to who? Return to what? Emperor. Has it always been all for you? You want to do some magic. with your wand. Oh, you're funny, Emperor. I'm gonna do some magic with your wand. Okay, so you've left this. What about your match up here? She sits next to Justice. What about the Empress? What about our Empress here? What can we find out about our Empress? Empress. This may have to go to 2. I might run out of space or something. I'm not sure. Empress. Empress. Yeah, you might have what the Emperor's looking for. Or he's got the same thing in mind. What do we got here? New beginning, investment in a family. Waiting for a family. Great happiness. Who's your new beginning with? Your Emperor? You also are working on something. Empress. So you're working on something. You're in a collaboration with the King of Cups to harvest. The Nine of Pentacles. The Emperor. Oh my gosh. Y'all want to harvest the Emperor. You and the King of Cups want to harvest the Emperor. The Emperor is waiting to see if the Hierophant's going to help the King of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles is giving you money to give to the justice system. Knight of Wands. Oh. The Empress, the Emperor, and the King of Wands. Looks like 3 having a jolly old time. Y'all want to do that so that the Empress and the Knight of Wands can harvest the Emperor and his money or all of his stuff. Doesn't look like they'll be able to do it, though. There'll be some infighting. Or maybe they've already all got together, and then there was infighting, and so they were unable to harvest the Emperor. So now he's waiting on the Hierophant to pass judgment on the King of Cups. Then we have Lovers and the Star. Well, Star, you finally appear. I may be wanting to drag you in on this mess. But I think it's already over. The Emperor's probably wanting to come see you. Or you've called judgment on the whole mess. Do you know this? Do you know all these people? They wanted to sacrifice you into the group, but they're being blocked. And you're not interested in such a thing. Wow. Okay, so there's 8, 9, 10, 11 people, I don't know, plus yourself involved in this mess. Hope you're on the fringe of this. Hope you're not being directly accosted by any of these people. This all kind of looks backgroundy. You didn't appear till the very end. Looks like there's a scheme, a scam. Use your intuition. Stay prayed up. And seriously, if you're sitting next to somebody and you're not sure about them, ask God to reveal them to you. Ask it with a clear and pure heart, and I'll guarantee you'll have an answer in just seconds. This has been In the Wind Tarot. Let's do another soon.